if I were in the audience right now, and I hear about kind of everything that we're doing with partners and community schools, which I trumpet all the time. I mean, that's such a big job of ours, is to kind of be the cheerleader. Is what I worry about is, well, that sounds great. It sounds like kind of we're on it, right? And we're not. We're not even close. And we're not going to get there if we continue to think that the school district has got enough money, or the state needs to step in and do their work, and we have a fantastic superintendent with an amazing disposition of partnership that we're taking advantage of. It has to go above that. I mean, there has to be a belief in everyone in this room that the only way forward to have the economic region we want is to make sure that these kids are getting through high school, into college, into meaningful employment, and they're not getting into crime or in need of other government services. You have got to see the economic impact, the millions of dollars in salaries and spending and home sales and tax revenue that is awaiting this fantastic city if we can figure out how to help every one of these kids get through. And we're at a tipping point. Okay, half of our schools, roughly, are magnet schools, which means they have this unique model which you know about, special infusion of dollars, and they are award-winning, right? What I love about Dr. Narvaez is when she got here, it was like, there's like two school systems. I need to really focus. It's about TLC, focus expectations on the neighborhood schools that don't have that situation. But the neighborhood school situation is dire, okay? The first year of test scores that came out, you've got average 1 of 4 in kids, meeting or exceeding expectations on the new test, average of 1 in 7 on math. You break out just the neighborhood schools, right? That's 14% in reading and 7% in math, meeting or exceeding expectations. Like, we are on our way, but this is still a state of crisis. And I think people in this room know that. I think everyone's smart enough to realize that. And I think that there's a question that comes up often about poverty, which is, are we really going to fix this if, the situations at homes are what they are, right? And I challenge us to think about our own expectations of families in Hartford, right, in 2 ways. One, if you don't speak your mind on this issue of poverty and on families and where responsibility lies, right, you're not helping. Speak your mind, right? If you think that it's not okay for a parent to have a 5th child when they're struggling to support 1 through 4, right, speak it, right? We have to come together on this issue. But then also at the same time, right, think about, well, what are we going to do to support that family? Because don't pretend like in the suburban districts, like the parents are doing all the work. The mentality is very similar in suburban districts as it is in urban districts, where you show up, your expectation is, I pay good tax dollars for a system to know what to do with my kid, and I'm dropping them off. This kid better succeed, right? Urban parents have a very similar expectation of the school system, right? And oftentimes they're not savvy enough to really know that that's not happening until it's too late. And so, we really need to address this issue of poverty head on. And the strategies that the school district are pursuing with the support of so many corporate foundations and philanthropic institutions is amazing. But there's still so much more to go, and you've got to find a way to tap into it and say, what are we going to do about it? Because that's the missing ingredient in Hartford becoming fantastic.